Our Southwest Conference is going down on Saturday, March 21st at 10 a.m. in Burleson, Texas at Graceview Baptist Church. Our theme for this one-day microconference is contending for the gospel, protecting orthodoxy, and promoting unity. Seating is limited, so you want to register now. Head on over to doctrineanddevotion.com, look for the banner, Contending for the Gospel, click, and register. Welcome to Doctrine and Devotion, a podcast exploring Christian faith and practice from a Reformed Baptist perspective. My name is Joe Thorne. I'm the lead pastor of Redeemer Fellowship in St. Charles, Illinois.
And I'm Jimmy Fowler, executive pastor at Redeemer Fellowship. Here we are. This
long day.
Marathon of podcast recording.
Recording lots of episodes because you're sauntering off across the Atlantic again.
Yeah, at this point, I'll be flying back.
Oh, when this drops, you'll be coming back?
When this drops, I will be coming back,
On a Thursday. Oh, that's right, because you're going from Thursday to Thursday.
Thursday to Thursday, 1 week.
Over a week.
1 week. How is it over a week? It's
Thursday,
7.
Thursday to Wednesday. No, that's not
No,
7,
no,
it's 8. You count Thursday and you count Thursday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Sunday,
Sunday, Monday,
Tuesday,
Wednesday, and Thursday.
That's
See?
8.
7.
That's 8.
7. You don't know any math.
Dude, I can do the math.
You don't know.
I can count it up.
Okay, if you have 3/4 of something, what else is left?
There could be a ton left because you've only got 3. There could be a ton of other quarters out there. You know how many quarters I've seen in my life?
2.
I've seen lots of quarters. I got quarters in my pocket.
Do you really?
Of course I do.
Man, my children carry around quarters.
Yeah, well, we're not all
And
rolling around with
euros.
that black Amex like you, Jimmy. Sorry, can't do it. So it's been. What time did you get up today?
Today was about 4:45.
Ooh, you beat me.
Oh, did I actually beat
Yeah,
you?
did
Really?
beat me. And
That's surprising.
And we're going we won't be done because we've got elders meetings starting at 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
So 9.
9 at the earliest.
Yeah. No, 9.
Earliest.
9 though.
I've seen what's on the schedule.
Yes, so have I.
Yeah.
9.
Have you prepared what you're supposed to have prepared?
Yep.
Really?
Mhm.
Then we will be done by 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
There we go. Well, there's like aspects of it that might not be ready, but
I knew it. I knew it.
No, I'm ready. I got all my stuff ready. The only thing, I have a letter that I'm supposed to write.
Yeah.
And but that I didn't say I could definitely do. So yeah. So I said tomorrow.
No, you said tomorrow you would. Yep. For sure tomorrow.
I got it. Boom, no
I
problem.
mean, we could have voted on it tonight, but whatever.
We'll vote on it tomorrow.
Well, let's see how that goes.
You know what's bad is that I've been so busy and you've been so busy.
Yep.
Technically, we don't have a topic for tonight.
Yeah, I mean, hey, sometimes we like to let it riff.
Yeah.
We like to let it riff.
Why not?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
We'll come up with. I got an idea of something we could talk about.
Oh, here we go.
I got an idea.
Now, I want everyone to know this is sight unseen for me.
Yeah. So I was thinking like we could talk about stuff that we know, but then like I don't want us to cover like ground that we always cover.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're doing this thing on marriage with the 1689. Don't really want to talk more about marriage because we're gonna keep talking about that anyway. So
this is gonna be good.
I was thinking,
Okay.
we could talk about
Here we go.
the subject of, and we've talked about this before, but it's been a while.
Okay.
And I got some questions in my mind I'm thinking about that we could talk about.
All right.
Friendship.
You want to talk about friendship?
I want to talk about friendship. I think because
Is it because I've been hanging out with Greg?
and Steve.
Because you saw people, well, someone, I shouldn't say people. There was one person that was like, I'm looking forward to the Fofo and Greg show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you like that? Did you like Joe? Did you think that I said that to Greg? I said that to our group chat, and it was great. Everyone involved thought it was hilarious.
Oh, I'm sure. It was very rich.
It was
very funny.
Well, yeah.
It was great. No, I thought it was awesome.
Were you chuckling or laughing to yourself?
Man, I laughed so hard I cried, you could say.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, there might have been tears on my cheeks. No, well, because we really do believe in friendship. We believe in it. You and I are very good friends, and we have very good friends.
Acquaintances, yeah.
And I wanted us to talk about it because just because we believe in friendship doesn't mean we're always great friends. I'm not always a good friend.
Is this your way of confronting me?
If anything, this would be my way of confessing.
I'm about to
confessing
say,
my
I
sin.
sense that this is about to turn around on me.
I have no agenda whatsoever.
I didn't know if this came from our conversation last night.
What was our conversation last night?
Steve and I and you were
the three of us were hanging out, but really it's more like you two were hanging out because you kept talking about your stuff that I wasn't involved in.
So I just didn't know if this was like an overflow of that.
Mm-hmm. No. It's because like Steve, you, me, Greg, whatever. Like there's a Pat, Brian.
Yeah.
We believe in friendship, and it has been a very important gift of God's grace to us. We found it to be very helpful. So I thought we could talk about friendship because we actually do think a lot about it. We actually wind up talking about it, but we haven't talked enough about it on air. And I know that there are a lot of people out there. There are people in ministry who feel like they don't have friends, and they can't have friends. They don't know how to do friendship. And there are people that are not in ministry, but they're in churches where they haven't been able to, or maybe they haven't made the effort to connect with anybody to develop friendships. They don't know where to start, don't know how much they can share, how much they can be themselves.
Yeah.
So
that's a hard one.
Yeah, right?
That totally is.
So I thought, like, from time to time, we can come back and talk about this issue of friendship, and then we can pile it into a book and sell it and make some money.
Oh, that's the best kind of friend.
Okay, I don't know about that. That probably wouldn't work. But I do think
green friend.
I think, my favorite friend is Benjamin. Yeah, I like my Franklin. So I thought today, why don't we talk about a couple of principles, and we'll try, if we can grab some scripture as we're talking about this that comes to mind. So there's certain things that have to be true in order for there to be a friendship. Now, but there are certain things that don't have to be true. And so let's dispel some myths. So I think some people think, Jimmy, in order for people to be friends, they have to have a ton in common.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's not true. Joe and I are complete opposites. I am happy. He is sad.
I'm not sad.
I enjoy some finer things. Joe could care less. I have hair. Joe is bald. We both are short, though I am taller.
Yes, you are taller.
I am wider. Joe's getting there.
I'm not getting anywhere.
No, Joe.
But
Joe.
People would think
our music is completely different.
Yeah, there's a tiny bit of overlap on a Venn diagram. Well, maybe we can draw that and put that in the show notes. There's a tiny little the 80s sliver of hard rock that overlaps.
Oh, I thought you were going to just say Jesus.
No, of the music.
Of the music. Yeah, it'd be 80s.
Yeah, it'd be 80s.
It'd be 80s. Do you like the 70s soul?
I do. I'll go all the way back 60. I like Motown. There's a lot of stuff that I like.
All right, then you know what? Then I think there's a little bit more for us there. Okay,
yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
All right, man.
Oh, I'm learning something about you.
Well, I knew as soon as you and I connected over Harry Styles, I knew that we probably had more in common.
I want you to repent.
Harry Styles album.
I want you to repent.
I'm not feeling bad about it.
That's fine. But
Golden.
I don't want you to say I'm involved in that because I'm not.
Adore You. So good.
I think it's this. I thought you were just
Lights
saying
up.
you adore me. The room lights up when I come
in.
You're falling for me?
So good. It's a good album. I like it. So, okay, so Jimmy, why... It seems like when you see a lot of best friends in TV, like they have a lot in common and whatnot. But if you really think about it, like the great comedies are opposites, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, think of The Odd Couple, right? Think of the Odd Couple. That's where there's that tension. There's a bit of drama. There's a learning experience from each. There's a dependency upon each other. What?
No, I'm totally agree with you. Okay. You are so sensitive, bro.
Because we don't have notes, and it's been a long day.
Okay,
and we have another longer night.
I'm sorry we don't have 5 bullet points of notes for you to rest upon.
That's
you feel safe with 5 bullet points.
I feel very safe with that.
We have no net.
But yeah, there's a trust. There's a dependency. There's an opportunity for learning, for growth, for being pushed out of your comfort zone.
But there's got to be some sort of connection. What then are some connecting points if you can be opposites and be friends? Because if you look to Steve to Greg to you to me, like that's to Brian to Pat, like we can keep going out. Like we're all very different. So what are some connecting points?
I love that Greg is getting so much airtime.
Well, because I have a favor to ask of that lawyer. He's gonna need to do me a favor. So I got something in my trunk I gotta get rid of. I don't know what to do. I gotta call somebody.
Allison, don't tell Greg no. Tell Greg no.
No, stop it.
Allison, tell him no.
So what are the important connecting points? Like when you think about it, I mean, let's just state the obvious, right?
Yeah,
for Christians,
Yep.
we have a shared faith in Jesus, and
that's right.
That is important to us. And to be honest, the more critical theology that we have in common, the the more of a basis we have for a lot of shared perspectives on our events, right? Because if you both have a high view of God's sovereignty, then that's going to affect how you interpret the circumstances that you're going through and the way that you comfort one another and receive comfort from one another. So we've got the whole faith dynamic. Are there any other dynamics in which you think that they really need to be there for friendship to work? So maybe not the same interests or affinities, but what are some shared concepts or truths?
I think some shared concepts of truth would be honesty and transparency, right? So people being able to be open and direct with each other and not have a fear of losing out, right? Like not, or like losing the relationship,
right?
If there's always that sense that the relationship can is like hanging on by a thread, then really everyone's just walking around on eggshells. Around Joe, and you just don't know how to confront him, to talk to him.
Please. I'm the most forgiving. You guys are, I am the most forgiving.
What do you mean?
I'm the most forgiving.
How so?
Because you all are awful all the time.
You can't, listen, first, you cannot forgive us for something we don't even invite you to, right?
Okay. So I got a bag for Christmas.
Is it here yet?
Of course, right there. I got a bag for Christmas.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the bag that my kids got you for Christmas.
No, your kids said they got me something. So I got a bag for Christmas.
Oh, you've been holding on to this one.
It's a brand new bag. I got it. A family member got it for me, and I put all my stuff in it, carrying around. So Jimmy sees me with a bag that I got for Christmas. I got this bag it was a gift. I'm carrying it right now. And what was your response? Do you want me to say what your response was? Because I have it memorized.
Oh, you have it?
Oh, yeah. It's burned into my heart.
Burned.
It's a scar.
You know what? Let me hear. I want to hear your version of the story.
All right. You look at that and you go, like the other bag better.
I don't think I said it like that.
That's exactly what you said.
Though I did say those words. I said those words.
You looked at it. You put your lips out.
I don't think I put my lips out.
You're like,
no, I put my nose
like
out.
The other bag better.
No, I put my
Don't
nose
know why
out.
you're wearing that stupid bag.
I did
that
not
bag
say
is
that.
so dumb.
I never said that.
You looked cool with the other bag. Now you look like a fool with that bag.
Okay,
and
that
you know
part
what
I might have said.
You know what and what happened? I was like, I forgave you.
Did you really? Because you're bringing it up now.
Well, I mean, it took me a few days to forgive you, but I eventually was able to let it go.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad you were able to let it go.
I was.
When will you let go of the bag?
Yeah, back on. It's gonna take me another 3 days to forgive you now.
Jen, it's a great bag.
I think
Jen.
you're
I'm
right.
Joking around.
And I think you're right. I think that it is honesty, transparency. You've got to be able to use a cliche term, you've got to be able to be real. Yeah. Like you can be friends with people that are very different from you if you can be honest, and that means you've got to be willing to give and receive and all of that. I think that's true. I also think that it's not a necessity, but we find in our relationships and in my friendships, my closest friendships, there's always been a lot of shared humor.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
we find the same things funny,
for better or for worse.
Sometimes for worse. And maybe that's not true for everybody, but I know in the way you're wired, the way that I'm wired, like humor and laughter
it goes a long way.
It goes a long way for processing and healing.
Coping.
It's but then it's also like it's a shared experience, man. Laughing is a beautiful gift from God. Humor is a beautiful gift from God. Doesn't mean we always use it well, but it's a beautiful gift from God that I think makes a big difference. But if we can go back to this idea of being honest and transparent, an aspect of that is that you're willing to receive criticism, pushback, right,
because you trust and know that the other person's intentions and motives are for your good,
right. So you're willing to, like when we read about how iron sharpens iron, one man sharpens another. That's not just like honing your theological chops. It's not like, hey, man, we're just encouraging each other in the Lord all the time. Sometimes it means like when your friend pushes in and questions your motives about why you're doing something or why you said what you said or even the way that you've done something. Like we need to be able to receive that from each other. And if you don't have that level of trust, you can't because you're going to assume that they're out for your bad.
Well, yeah, I mean, think of Proverbs 27:6, right? Faithful are the wounds of a friend. Profuse are the kisses of an enemy, right?
Yeah.
So the idea being, even though there's sense of like they're hurting me with this, they're hurting me with their words, with the truth. It's for my good.
Yep.
It's those kisses of my enemy that are trying to maybe deceive me or manipulate me or encourage me in my sin that I should be worried about.
Now, I want to talk about an aspect of friendship that we need to be very intentional about. in terms of picking and choosing your friends, like who am I actually going to invest my time in? But before I do that, I want to encourage you to make friends with the New American Standard Bible.
Oh, yeah.
The New American, I'll just tell you this. When I got saved,
back in 1892,
anyways, I was reading the NIV. Praise the Lord. Reading the NIV, reading the Gospel of Matthew.
Yeah.
Pow.
Oh, man.
Converted.
Loved it. It was my first.
But you know when I started growing spiritually and getting my theology on?
When you read Spurgeon.
When I got the NASB.
Oh,
for real. I know, seriously. Like the more
it's a great translation.
It's recognized as the best word for word translation by a lot of people, by most people, I think. Well, Zondervan, sponsoring the podcast for this month, they are continuing its long-standing relationship with the Lockman Foundation and publishing the New American Standard Bible. Now, starting this month, Zondervan is delighted to publish new, beautiful Bibles in the NASB 1995 text. That's the one you all know and love. And what they're using is what they call the NASB Comfort Print typeface. Now, I know like people think like, oh, who cares about the typeface? Well,
for those of us that are reading,
yeah, because you know what? This typeface is really sweet. It means that it reads so easy, even in smaller type, your eyes don't get tired. You don't start getting all watery. People think you're crying, and then they're like, "Were you crying, you big baby?" And I'm like, "I'm not a baby. I'm reading the Bible." And then like you realize it's all confusing because maybe you should be crying when you're reading the Bible. Anyways, the point is that
I don't know what just happened there. I felt like you just like had a flashback.
Here's the thing, NASB1995.com. That's where we want you to go. Check out the NASB1995.com website because there you can see all of the new editions that are coming out this month. They've got great deals. And listen, we love the NASB. And everybody should check it out. You should have copies of multiple translations, but not every translation. You don't need a copy of every translation.
Not every translation, but it's good to go through the good ones. And NASB 95 is one that you need to be going through.
So get that. You go to, what's the website, Jimmy? NASB1995.com. That's where you go. All right, Jimmy. So back on the subject of friendship.
Yeah.
I hear that friends are friends forever. That's what I hear.
Do you now?
No, honestly, so what I was thinking about was, hopefully we'll have the opportunity to have friends and to make friends.
Yeah.
But sometimes you choose the wrong friends. Sometimes people you're always cautious. I don't want my kids to wind up in the wrong crowd. That's why you pulled your kids out of public school, put them in a bougie private school. Oh, they're in Naperville.
Is that why
That's why you did it, yeah.
Or it might have been for the classical Christian education.
Well, maybe that's part of it too. I don't know what the percentage is. I don't know how many quarters are involved in your math there, Jimmy. All I'm saying is
4.
Okay, that's it. Mm-hmm. Kind of cheap. But you want your kids to choose wisely because friends have an influence, right? Like whoever walks with the wise becomes wise, but the companion of a fool suffers harm, from Proverbs 13:20. So we know this. Paul says this, bad company corrupts good morals in Corinthians.
Yeah.
So we need to be mindful of that.
And that mayor in Dirty Dancing.
John Mayer?
No. From the movie Dirty Dancing. Right?
The mayor? Was he the mayor or was he the pastor?
The pastor.
No, Dirty Dancing. I'm thinking Footloose.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking Footloose, and I was thinking the pastor.
You have no idea what you're talking about right now.
I watched it once as a kid.
Yeah, on VHS because it came out before you were able to go to the movies.
Yeah, it was VHS. It was VHS. But all I remember was, you got to watch out.
No, you know what? You would have been DVD for you. You were
no, I had
post
VHS.
No.
I had VHS in the 80s.
Stop trying to identify with the older folk, okay?
Because that's what my goal is.
It seems like you got all that gray coming in your beard.
I walked into that one.
Oh, man. The gray in Jimmy's beard is starting to flow.
Oh, and I can't, and I know I can't dye it.
Looks like Christmas tinsel.
It looks so bad.
No, it looks good.
No, it looks like. Never mind.
Looks like you dribbled. Yep. Looks like you were drinking milk and it just dribbled.
It permanently stayed there.
So, we think about this. So, if we're going to evaluate I guess there's two lines of thinking that I'm having here. One, there are people that need to try to make friends. And then there are people that have friends that honestly need to evaluate their friendships. And listen, I have to evaluate my friendships. We have to evaluate our friendship, not to decide whether or not we're going to keep hanging out, but to make sure.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No.
Okay.
I don't do that. I don't do that.
But maybe to evaluate, am I being a good friend? Or are they being toxic or dangerous or a bad influence on me? And so everybody has to do this sort of evaluation in your current friendships because you want to be moving in the right direction, right? You walk with the wise, you become wise. You walk around with smart people. Guess what happens? You get smarter.
Yeah.
You walk around with a bunch of dummies. you're not going to get any smarter. They might drag you down, but they're not going to be pushing you to grow. And it doesn't mean that everybody has to be at the same, educational level, but you want to be around the kind of people that are going to encourage you, strengthen you, push you. And so you want to evaluate that. But what about the people that don't have friends? Maybe they're so eager and to have a friendship, maybe they feel so lonely that they might be likely to grab onto the wrong kind of person who is available. Mm-hmm. So what should people be looking for in others to establish relationships that are going to bear good fruit? The fruit of godliness, the fruit of faith, and the kind of reciprocal relationship you want in a friendship where, like, wow, I love them and they love me back and we're all better for it. What do you hope your kids look for? What do you encourage people in the church to look for?
Yeah, I mean, I think of Romans 1. That is, we may be mutually encouraged by each other's faith, both yours and mine. So there's a number of things that are within that passage, right? First, it's like mutual encouragement. Mm-hmm. So it's not this like arrogance of thinking that I'm entering into a friendship and it's only one way, right? I'm going to sit here and feed into you and I can learn nothing from you. So I don't want my kids to have this arrogance about them, thinking that they have nothing to receive from
they're
others.
the teacher. They're always in the teacher role.
Exactly, right? Mm-hmm. But that should be mutual encouragement, both yours and mine, so that they're learning or they're able to learn from others.
It's almost like the abuse happens and the misuse, the bad relationship happen on both ends, right? So it could be your kid or yourself, or it could be the other person who is, I'm the teacher. You got to listen to me. I'm not going to take anything from you.
Yeah.
But there's also then just the taker. The one who's all like, they're just going to be a time suck. They're emotionally draining. They're going to constantly be using you for what they can get out of that relationship.
Yep.
But they're not going to be contributing or giving. And that's ultimately going to be the, Jimmy, you're gesturing. I don't know what you want.
My phone.
Why do you need your phone?
Because I want it.
What do you need? You don't need it.
Don't worry about it. I want
it. You got no update. Well, you got like 7 updates.
Okay, don't worry about it. Just give me my phone.
What this update says.
No, stop. I don't know
your passcode.
I'm not telling you my passcode.
Stop.
000. Stop. Give my passcode.
2222. 999.
All right, come on. Keep going.
7777. You said keep going.
No, you're locking it.
Oh, sorry. It is locking.
You did for 1 minute.
All right, so I think that's good. I would look for people that, and there's a sense in which that this isn't a guarantee for anything, but you look at what are their relationships with other people like.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be in a particular social context, right? Church, school, work, gym. You're going to be somewhere where you're seeing these people. And as you're talking and as you're considering, like, how far do I press this relationship? Do I press this relationship into the level of true friendship where we're actually going to hang out? We're going to go and chill. We're going to, go get dinner, or we're going to go to the game or something. So what are their relationships with other people like? And I'm not saying stalk them on social media, though not a bad idea. I'm not saying it, but I'm saying, like, pay attention to what their relationships are like. And of course, you may not know at all because some people are just kind of quiet and they keep to themselves. But I think that that's an important, aspect, is to kind of note: are they takers? Are they givers? Do they have a reputation with other people? What are they doing in their life and in other people's lives that is commendable? Like in the church, you can kind of tell, right? I mean, to some degree, that, wow, these people are being used by the Lord in other people's lives. But there are also going to be people in the church that you really can't see what's going on. Some people are just naturally quiet. They're naturally more reserved. And they're waiting for somebody to come into their life. Maybe they're a bit more passive in that friendship sort of experience. And so you're not going to know a lot. But you got to press in. You got to actually look for the opportunities and let it develop. And then as you evaluate, you can decide, like, oh, wow, you know what? This person is a little crazy. I can't go very far with this. Or other people are like, this is great. This is mutually beneficial.
Here's the thing. That's pretty hard to do, especially in ministry, because there's like, it can go two ways for those that are in ministry. One, you kind of standoffish, because you don't know how, or you don't know how far you can go in your friendship, right? Mm-hmm. And I think it's because people have been burned, right, by those in the church. And so, and those that have not yet, I kind of sense, at least I've noticed, they kind of go the other way, where they go all in right away without any kind of wisdom, because they think, well, no, I'm here to shepherd, so I must be everyone's best friend.
Right. And that's, listen, you're not the shepherd if you're someone's friend in most situations, right? You're going to be mutual encouragement and discipleship and whatnot. As a pastor, you're sort of always a shepherd. So there are some differences. But for most people, and in most of these relationships, it is very reciprocal. It's very much a level playing field. And I feel like in the friendships that I have, because I'm not just friends with pastors. I don't feel like I am at a different level. I know they don't see me that way, and so it feels very level, very, very, very mutual. And I think one of the things that I think about in friendship is that it's work.
Yeah,
it's effort. It's not easy. Friendship isn't easy. There are parts of it that are easy, but overall, it involves intentionality. Thinking about them, praying about them, following up with them, committing to them. Everybody knows, like, I don't want to do stuff. I don't want to do stuff. So, like, they just know, like, Joe doesn't want to do this thing, so he's probably not, just not going to invite him to that thing because he doesn't want to go, which is fine. But, like, the challenge on my end is to actually make myself go because maybe it would be beneficial for my friends. Maybe I don't care about the game.
Yeah, which is what I did for you last night. I didn't care about going, but I went because of you.
You went because Steve was there.
No, I did not. I went for you.
I think you went for Steve.
I went for you.
You're saying that now because I bought you a cigar, and it was a good cigar.
It was a great cigar, and I went for you.
It's an archetype.
It was fantastic. I went for you.
It's a $35 cigar.
Or $3.50? Did you forget where the decimal went?
No, it was like, I think it was $13. So yeah, I mean, there is a lot of work, and when you read those scriptural sort of exhortations, right? Like in Romans 12, 10, and 11, love one another with brotherly affection, outdo one another in showing honor, and do not be slothful in zeal, but fervent in spirit, and serve the Lord. Like for me, that's a really relevant exhortation in friendship, right? That like you should love and concern yourself with the other person and seek to, like, who's going to show more honor, right? If it should be, if anything, like, don't worry about how you are received as much as you are focusing on the other person. And this takes a fervency, right? There should be a zeal in it. And so the strength that's required, the need to take the initiative and to do the hard work, all of that, for me, and as Christians, I think it forces us to realize and to rely upon that this idea that God's grace is necessary in this.
Yeah.
Like, if for me to be a good friend, I need God's grace because naturally I'm selfish, and if I'm going to actually become more like Christ, who is the friend of sinners, then it's going to take the work of sanctification. And of course, God uses a variety of means, but one of the primary means He uses the fellowship of the saints.
That's right. That's right.
For me, that's a big one, man. I don't know. I think when I look at the friendships that I have, the closest relationships that I have, here's what I pick up on them, at least off the top of my head. It is that they know me, like they actually know who I am.
Yep.
They know what I am. None of us know each other perfectly, but my friends genuinely know who I am, and they allow me to know them. They will challenge me. They will encourage me. And they make me laugh. And they make me want to be the better version of myself because I see them either with their kids or with their wives or just with one another as friends. I see their walk with the Lord. There's always multiple ways in which they make me want to grow and improve and seek the Lord. That's what I'm seeing in my friendships, and that's what I want for my kids. And not all of your friendships are going to have that. You'll have friends with the world that are, different than friendships with Christians. But the deepest friendships, the most powerful ones, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Well, we'd love to hear your thoughts. You can follow us online on Instagram and Twitter at Doc and Devo, or on Facebook /Doctrine and Devotion. You can head to the website, drdevotion.com. There you can contact us. You can sign up for the email blast or hit up the store, jofostore.com, and grab some gear.
We still got gear there?
Oh, yes. Fresh pod every Monday and Thursday. Blog post on Wednesdays. Later.